The last thing we're going to do with this is we're going to fix the small errors. Remember that here I had forgotten to leave a chain space, so the stitch is crooked. All I do is I have to live with it, but I just pull it to the side to make sure it's square. There's not much more science to that one. But these here, this should have been blue and this should have been blue. Sorry, so I'm going to add 2 stitches there. I'm going to go from behind and I have to come out on the right side bottom of the stitch. So I'm going to do that. I usually start by sewing in my end. So I come out on the right side of the stitch. I'm going to fix the first one. So I go through the bottom of the DC on the front. Through the top of the DC or the bottom of the next one in the same direction from right to left, so that the strand is crossed. Then I go back and I go again through the bottom one, making something like an 8. You see what I did there? Now that's not thick enough to pretend it's a DC. So I take my needle and I go behind the 8 and I pull it upwards and tighten it a little bit. And that may not look exactly like a DC, but when you have a blanket, believe me, that disappears. It's invisible. So then I go underneath, go out on the next stitch and do the same, but in the opposite direction. I start in the top, I diagonally cross it, bottom of the stitch. What have I done here? Again through the top, making the 8 and send the needle behind the 8 as I pull downwards a bit to tighten the whole thing up. In with your yarn and sew in the end. And look at that. That will save you from a lot of frogging. I hope you enjoyed this.